やれやれ。8台もいてこのざまとは。ライト、お前のロボットは全くポンコツ揃いだな。そん
なひどい。
ワイリー、お前というやつは悔しいかライト、悔しかろう。ならば来い、我が城ワイリーキャッスルへ。招待状は送っておいた。待っておるぞ。
Hi there, this is Samurai Snake. Welcome to part 4 of Megaman. We've defeated all 6 robot masters and are finally going after Dr. Wily, a genius scientist who doesn't know when to give up. He likes taking over the world. What else? Wily also loathes admitting defeat. I suppose it'd be appropriate to point out, like many others, that he and Dr. Light look respectively similar to Einstein and Santa Claus. The road to Dr. Wily's castle is paved with big eyes. Use the ice slasher to freeze them and safely run underneath them. Out of all your weapons, you'll use the magnet beam the most. Actually, you'll use up quite a bit of its energy in the Wily stages. That's right! There's not one final stage, but 4. This is what makes Mega Man games pretty difficult. The final stages test your skill with every weapon you possess. So you'll need to have some firm grasp or mastery of all the properties of the weapons you have. This is one of 2 sections in which the magnet beam is required to pass. In this part with the Flea, also known as the Kamadoma robots, there's an energy capsule that is blocked by Gutsman's blocks. You'll have to use the magnet beam to get up to the block, and then use the super arm. Use the magnet beam to safely walk over the spikes while dodging the killer bullet. Now, the American manual for Mega Man states that Dr. Light and Wily were partners, but according to the Rockman Perfect Memory sourcebook, they were actually colleagues that attended the Robot Institute of Technology and received their PhDs from there. The only difference is that Wily used unethical methods. If you don't have any more magnet beam energy for this section, you'll have to grind for it by collecting the energy capsules on the bottom screen over and over again. Coming up is the first boss of Wily's castle, and he's no pushover. He's infamous for being one of the hardest bosses in the game, as well as the easiest if fought correctly. It's none other than the Yellow Devil.
見たことのない戦闘用ロボットだからって僕の邪魔はさせないぞ。
Like Fireman, the Yellow Devil is easier in the remake. He dissolves into individual blobs and slowly moves 15 of them across the screen and reforms. In the NES version, the Yellow Devil quickly moves 20 blobs across the screen. When he reforms, he'll fire a plasma shot. The Yellow Devil is the hardest boss in the game if fought by normal means with the Elect Beam. However, thanks to a glitch, you can easily tear him a new hole. Known as the pause trick, fire the Elect Beam when the Yellow Devil's eye appears, and press the select button to pause the game. Wait for 1 to 2 seconds, then press the select button again. Lather, rinse, repeat. This is because the select button does not pause the timer that controls invincibility frames that occur after Mega Man and the bosses take damage. This glitch was fixed in later versions of the game, when it was re-released for the PlayStation 1 and Anniversary Collection. This also makes the NES version of Mega Man 1 the only Mega Man game that has 2 pause buttons. I personally never used the pause glitch at all. I actually kind of enjoy the challenge. The key to avoid taking damage is to pay attention to the blobs that form on the bottom two vertical blocks of the Yellow Devil sprite. Everything else will fly over Mega Man's head. Back in 1987, the Yellow Devil's name was changed to Rock Monster because Nintendo of America had a policy that banned all religious references. And we leave behind the Yellow Devil's silhouette after blowing him up. No idea how that works. The remake branches off by jumping to the third stage from the NES version for Wily Castle Stage 2. Unless you play original mode in Mega Man Powered Up, you will not see this stage. The Blader is the most common enemy to be found in Wily Stage 2, and will easily knock you into the abyss. Starting in this stage, you'll have to fight the Robot Masters again. First up is Cut Man. We don't have any blocks that we can lift, so you'll have to make do with the Mega Buster. I should point out that you saw that 8 robots were mentioned in the Powered Up remake. This is because every Mega Man game after Mega Man 1 had 8 Robot Masters. Use the Elect Beam to take out the screwdrivers in this section. At the end of it are 2 weapon capsules that can be reached with the Magnet Beam. Next up is Elect Man, who's still a pain in the butt to fight. It's like the developers ran out of ideas for the Wily stages, and just decided to insert 2 Robot Masters for you to fight along the way to the real boss. Like before, use the rolling cutter to defeat him. Of the 2 Robot Masters that were added to the Powered Up remake, Oil Man deserves special recognition. His color scheme for the Powered Up remake evokes images of black caricatures that were inherently racist. So his color scheme was changed, and this is perfectly understandable. The third horizontal part contains screwdrivers and Baba Bombs. The latter cannot be destroyed, so you'll have to avoid them. Once you reach the end, you begin the final climb down. There's an extra life on the left if you need it. Otherwise, just take out the Susies with the Elect Beam and move on. You'll want to keep using the Elect Beam for the next few screens too, because more Susies will appear in each of them. And somehow, even though it shouldn't be physically possible, Mega Man is still holding on to the ladder, even though it appears like he's holding on to nothing. Nothing at all. Ignoring that little mishap, let go of the ladder to immediately attack the Susies with the Elect Beam. Just use the Mega Buster for the rest of the way to the boss. From here on out, you probably won't be needing to use the Elect Beam unless you would like to cheat the game. The second boss of Wily's Castle moved to Stage 3 in the remake, which also differs from the NES version. The game pulls a platform hell move on you and drops you into a pit to meet the second boss, the Copy Robot.
オリジナル。他のロボットから武器を奪うなんてなんかずるくねえか？僕のコピー？こんなものまで。まあそのお前をコピーした俺が一番ずるい存在かもしれねえけどな。
The Copy Robot has every weapon you have, but he'll cycle through them in the remake. He's weak to all of them. It becomes a game of memorization based on his color scheme. He also tends to walk in the opposite direction of Megaman. The copy robot is less forgiving in the NES version because he'll choose whatever weapon you have selected. I recommend that you choose the Firestorm because the barrier provides invaluable protection. He is also weak to the Hyper Bomb and Thunder Beam. The copy robot will also jump whenever you jump. The author of Mega Man Megamix, Hitoshi Ariga, chose the copy robot for one of the stories he wrote. It involves the copy robot impersonating Mega Man, who appears to kill Dr. Wily, thus violating the laws of robotics and declaring war on humanity. Well, that does it for Part 4. Join me next time for the finale of Mega Man 1. See you all then!